We got a nice show for you today.
Yeah, this one's exciting.
Yeah, we played some Modern on Tuesday in preparation for regionals, but there is another tournament going on. Perhaps you've heard of it. It is called Mythic Championship 5. It's going to be happening in Long Beach starting tomorrow. We have all of the deck lists.
Yep.
All of the players.
All 68.
Yep. All of the, all those lists had to be in last week. They've, got them all uploaded. They released them earlier this week. So we've had a chance to look at them. The players have had a chance to look at them. And today we're going to be battling with some of our favorites.
Yep.
We're going to be starting with the two clear frontrunners in the tournament.
Yeah.
Both of which have, 15, 20, 25 representatives, something like that, in a 68-person field. So huge portions of the field here. This is going to be a key match for the weekend. We got Bant Golos on Corey's side.
Yep.
I'm playing Simic Food.
Yeah, so of noteworthy, these are the two decks that my personal pro testing team, Ultimate Genesis, chose. They were split. They were split. Basically, the decks that said, I want to beat Golos, and just the people, like my brother, like BBD, like Seth, that just said, you know what? Come at me, bro. Come at me. I'm going to play the best deck. I am going to do the most powerful thing and see if people bring the right amount of hate. Brad is... I'm playing Brad Nelson's list. They all played a couple of cards different. Like BBD played 30 lands. 50% of his deck was 30. Brad played 29. Aired for just kind of the more stock list. And then you're playing Simic Food with an interesting card for something we don't see in the metagame, and that's 4 Disdainful Strokes in the deck. That is just showing in the main deck. Is that what I said?
You said in the deck.
In the deck, yeah. In the main deck. 4 Disdainful Stroke in the main deck, really trying to answer Golos. I mean, everything that hits hard out of Golos is 4 mana. I mean, hitting a Circuitous route, Golos, Hydroid Krasis, unless they're doing it for 1, then I don't recommend I don't recommend their play. Yeah.
You got, Realm Cloak Giant and the adventure off of that.
Yeah. Agent of Treachery. I mean, just everything. Everything hits. Disdainful Stroke hits everything. It's great across the board. I think it's really interesting what it was about 7 people on our testing team decided to play that list, and about 3 on Golos. And it'll be interesting to see which dynamic wins here, because we're going to see this matchup a lot starting tomorrow in Long Beach. And we'll see.
It's a 68-person field, very small field, very dense field. But those are the kind of tournaments that you can do weird things like this with 4-mana Disdainful Stroke.
Exactly.
Because you know that a lot of people are just going to bring the best deck. You're not going to get a lot of the weird sort of nonsense you get in a bigger open field.
Yeah. Tell that to Ken Yukihiro. Which we will get to later. Ken is always hitting it out of the park with originality and powerfulness.
Yes, definitely a lot of style points in Ken's list.
Yeah.
You can get paid off for having these really meta-gamed decks that you wouldn't really want to play on like the ladder or in a big field, but are going to work in this small tournament. And that's what a lot of people on your team went with.
One thing I will say is you can get really paid off, but you can also get severely punished if you're wrong. It's a very high risk, high reward kind of thing to play. To metagame very severely for this kind of tournament. And, some people are willing to do that. Some people are just want to just play the deck and hope people kind of out-level themselves, go to level 5 when they should have stayed at level 3 or something.
Yeah. And it looks like they're getting paid off. There's a ton of Simic, a ton of Bant Golos, a ton of Golos Fires. All decks where Disdainful Stroke is good. A decent amount of Gruul. Disdainful Stroke should be good against them, countering Questing Beast, Skargan Hellkite, and Embercleave, all very important cards in the matchup. So I think they're going to get paid off so long as the rest of the deck is good. Their build certainly seems to be well tuned for the metagame.
100%. I mean, great minds testing. Redo, Cuneo, Nassif, just tons of great players that hive mind into playing this deck. So I'm excited to see what it can do. One thing I do want to touch about the list, the numbers that kind of stood out to me is it was like something like 46% had Golos in it. So, I mean, that's kind of what we would expect, but that still feels pretty high to me. What do you think of that?
That is a lot. Again, because it's a small field, that kind of percentage number is less telling than it would be in a larger field.
For sure.
But it still goes to show that there's a pretty general consensus as to what the best decks are, and it's either Field of the Dead or Oko.
Yep.
And that's what we got here.
And they're both green decks. And another thing I want to touch about that is it was 62 green decks. There were 6 players who didn't register Forest. That's crazy.
Hope one of them wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
let's
get
do
to some
this.
games here.
All right.
The marbles are on my side.
They are. You
Corey's
had
gonna be going first.
you had one hell of an awesome top deck in our match.
Oh.
Even I wasn't mad about that. That was pretty sweet.
Did my top deck send you into a rage?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I
Yes.
went home and cried a little bit. So a battle rage, I would say. Okay, so I'm going to be first here. We're going to be seeing if this Disdainful Stroke list is good enough to actually even take down Golos. This hand is fine. On the play, I mean, it's a little land heavy, but you know what? That's most of the deck. So,
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep.
My hand is reasonable, very clear keep here.
Okay. I'm going to take 2.
Perfect.
Winning. We be grazing. And we're going to put a temple in, do a little scrying. I think we can put that to the bottom and we'll ship it to you.
So you're at 18.
Yep.
And, ooh, well, that was convenient. I will play Gilded Goose and get myself a food.
Lucky.
Which food should I take?
Honk honk.
You know, I'm feeling some pastries.
Okay, fair enough.
I like myself a good croissant.
And I'm going to be boring and just play Azorius Guildgate and pass it back.
Yeah, nice mana base.
Thanks. Welcome to Golos.
This is Golos. Okay, let's play a Paradise Druid.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. Not the ideal draw here. We're going to just go with a Guildgate and say go. Not doing too much.
Okay, I will play an island and pass the turn.
Okay. All right, now we're going to play Field of the Dead and try to fire off a Circuitous Route.
I will Disdainful Stroke.
In the main deck, dude? Really?
Can we get a deck check?
Your turn.
On your end step, I'll make another food.
Okay.
I want to diversify my food. It's always good to eat a nice, diverse diet.
Nice, yeah.
So we'll get some protein in with this.
Yeah, if
pig
you
roast.
eat just pastries, dude, you're going to have a problem.
It's going to be bad. So we're going to diversify the diet here.
Okay.
Got a little
Smart.
protein. I think there might be some fish. No, those are pheasants. Okay, so a lot of protein there. In that
All right,
second one.
impressive.
These and eggs, yeah, ton of protein.
Excellent.
That's good. That's very good. Okay, I am.
What you got? Come at me.
You have 3 cards in here?
I have 3 cards. Yep. They're good. They're real good.
Am I supposed to just fire this off for the max and let Corey do his thing next turn? Or am I supposed to continue to leave up disruption? I feel like I'm supposed to disrupt still.
Okay.
So I'm going to play a very telling Hydroid Crisis for 2.
Okay, that is quite telling, yeah.
Though, I guess maybe this is bad because the 2 doesn't even get through Grazer.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't even beat a Grazer with your Crisis, feels bad, man.
You can't really wait too long against these Golos decks because of the power of Field of the Dead.
They do have inevitability, for sure,
so, yeah. Okay. Because of this Grazer, I think I have to get some more pressure. So we'll sack a food for mana and play it for 4. So I gain 2, draw 2.
Okay.
I'm at 22.
22.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right.
And that could have gone better.
Could have gone better. All right. Well, we drew kind of what we wanted here, just an untapped 6 land, so we can just match the play here. So we are going to Crisis for 4 as well. I go to 20. You're at 22.
Yep.
All right. Draw a couple and pass to you.
Yeah.
Still only 6 uniques here.
I will attack for 4.
Attacking for 4. I will block.
They trade. I will
Fish fight.
play a Breeding Pool and pass the turn.
All right. We're going to untap. Okay. Well, now we are going to cast a Growth Spiral.
Sure.
Draw. Guildgate. I will trigger a zombie. And then I will go for a Circuitous Route.
I will Disdainful Stroke that.
Okay. And then Breeding Pool tap, get another Zombone, and pass it to you.
Make another food.
You get food, I get zombies.
Okay.
I like this. This is fair.
Now let's get some fruits and vegetables into the diet.
Oh, smart, man. You're a really conscious gooser.
Tannen and Director Rob were actually giving you guff for picking the meat food.
Yeah, we all know you're a vegetarian.
There were eggs. There were eggs on the side.
That's true. The meat could just be a decoration for you, right?
Also, like if there's no protein around, I'll eat an animal if I have to. If it means the difference between surviving and not.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of other protein around.
That's fair.
We got another crisis here. Go to 24.
24.
Draw 2 more cards.
Yep.
And then I will pass the turn.
Leaving 2 up. Do you have another stroke?
It'd be really weird to play more than 2 in the main deck. It's a very narrow card.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'd be surprised if I were doing that.
All right, so I have 8 mana to work with here. Let's start with Once Upon a Time. 1, 2, 3.
And negate.
All right, well, let's see. I suppose we'll go with the Field of the Dead.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the field trigger, get a couple more zombies. And now, I have to figure you have a counter spell, but at some point I just can't not cast my spells here. So we're gonna try for a Golos.
That will get Disdainful Stroked.
So lucky. All right, and I can't attack. It's not a very profitable one, so I'll just pass to you.
Okay. Well, Jig is up. I am out of Disdainful Strokes.
No way. You don't have the 4th?
Let's smash for 4.
Okay, I'll take it. I go to 16.
16. We got 1 card in hand over there.
1 card, yep. It's good.
Is it? You got 9 mana.
I got a lot.
7/7 Crisis. So in case you have a Crisis, I think I should eat the food here and play a 7/7 one of my own.
Okay.
And draw 3.
Okay. Here's another
Brings me to 27.
Just Crisis and Strokes, huh?
That is the plan.
All right.
And then I will pass.
Okay. Well, untap here. Hoping for a good one. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Well, let's start with a Growth Spiral. Ooh, that's a good one too. Okay, 3, 4, 5. We'll go with a Golos. All right, so I need red if I want to activate Golos here, which I do. So we're just gonna get a Boros Guildgate here and get 2 triggers.
2 more zombos.
2 more zombies. Go like this. And then we're gonna get in there here.
Definitely gonna block 1.
Okay.
I take 6 to 21.
21, your turn.
Okay. Well, I have 13 damage in the air here.
No big deal.
That was a good draw.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So I have 4, 7, 8 mana, potentially a 9th from my hand, which is enough to cast all of these. But if I'm casting these 2, then this doesn't do anything, so I should probably just cast this. So, yeah, let's play a land.
Are we going Loco for Oko?
Yeah, let's play an Oko and make sure this Golos doesn't activate on Corey's turn.
Come on, man.
So that'll become an elk.
A legendary elk, thank you very
Yes.
much. This is one of the prized elks.
And I will play a Questing Beast.
Okay.
It's probably just going to trade for 2 zombies, but that's fine.
Well, that's impossible, but...
Oh, yeah, you can't block them. So, yeah, Questing Beast is actually really good.
Yeah.
I'll
block this and soak up 3.
Nah, so I guess I just ordered that poorly.
So I take 8.
Yeah, you take 8, go to 8.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have Questing Beast first and made the attack. Because then you're probably not just blocking with Golos, then you're probably just taking an extra 4 damage, and then I go Oko after combat. Yeah, I didn't really think about how all of that was going to be ordering. So this card just has so much text.
I know.
I can never remember everything.
I know.
It does.
I was on stream and I'm like, God, I hope they don't have Root Snare here as a Team of Reclamation deck, and that just prevents that too. No big deal.
Yeah, I'll play Paradise Druid and pass.
All right, we're gonna need something good. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Let's see here. Well, can we stay alive? That is 7-11.
So another grazer will not do it.
A grazer will not do it. I have a little
Also,
bit more than that.
I guess my Oko is... Oh, it doesn't necessarily have to die. I can block 3 zombies. So I can turn a grazer off. I can also stop a Krasis from blocking. Krasis is going to gain you a bunch of life, though.
Yeah, Krasis would
2,
be
3, 4,
good.
5. No, Krasis would only gain you 4. You go to 12. I would turn it off and kill you.
I really need a Wrath.
Oh, no, this is only 11. Yeah, so it would be just enough.
I really need a Wrath. I think I just have to dig for one here. Teferi?
Yep.
And I think maybe to just stay alive, I want to bounce a Krasis here. So that would almost assuredly mean I survive. Doesn't feel good, but all right, bounce this.
Sure. And I still do have 8 coming through between Krasis and Beast.
Yep. 4, 5. We're going to go with a Golos.
Okay.
And we can gain a life if we want with a Thorn Falls. But the question is, do we think... I mean, Golos is probably going to be able to block here, realistically.
But do you want it to block? I think gaining a life makes a lot of sense. Like you go to 9, you can take this, go to 1, and then...
Yeah,
I guess it's not going to activate next turn regardless.
Well, I mean, you do have one scary mode you could do is just trade your Goose for a Golos.
Yeah.
So I think with that being the case, I have to actually kill Oko. Or at least just lower its loyalty. Which I can do. I just need to lower it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go with a field, get 3 zombies.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to attack with 4 zombies at it. That should be enough.
So I only need to block these 2 to keep it alive.
Yep.
I'll keep the Goose around.
Okay.
Golos goes to 1.
Or Oko.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and then it's your turn.
Okay. Interesting. So we got 3, 5, 8, 9, 10th mana from my hand. Not a lot I can do here. Let's just send Krasis and Beast at you.
Okay, and I got a block.
So you take 4, go to 4.
Yep. Down
now,
to 4.
You have 3, 6, 9, 11 mana. So a 9/9, you gain 4, go to 8. That will not be enough to save you. So Krasis, as long as I play this Krasis for more than 4, that won't be enough to save you. Think I'm gonna make a food token.
Okay.
Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's scry 1.
Okay.
Scry that to the bottom.
Alrighty.
Play a 6/6 Krasis and draw 3.
You go to 24.
See if we can hit the last disdainful stroke. We did not. Oh yeah. Well, too many things going on.
Yeah, I feel you.
I guess I'll have to do this now then. So let's cast a Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
That is awkward.
Classic.
I guess I'll take the.
You want to take a Paradise
Guess
Druid?
I'll take the worst card of the 5 and pass the turn.
All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, that was probably the worst card for me as well.
So are you dead?
No, I think you might be though.
What?
All right, so let's do the math here. So you can block this, you can block this.
Is there a card in this deck I don't know about?
Maybe.
You have 12 power. I have 2 blockers here. 20. I'm at 21.
Okay, I got to do a little bit of math. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 times 2 is 20, and I'm at.
I think I'm 4 short.
Okay, 4 short. That's quite a. Like.
4 short. Let's see what we can do.
Is there some like Flamekin Zealotty effect that's giving all your zombies haste?
Yep. There's something like that. All right, 3 for 5.
You're not like the Fires version. You're not wishing for Cavaliers or something weird. Is that Kenrith?
Yep.
Okay, yep.
Yep.
There we go.
But Kenrith, I needed a land. If I had a land, I killed you, but I drew a Once Upon a Time, which is terrible.
Doesn't that just dig for a land? You just don't have enough mana then?
Well, I need 6 mana to bring back Golos and give it haste. So
why do you need to bring back Golos?
Well, Golos triggers field for 4 more zombies. Plus, it's a trigger for itself.
So fielding for a land will get you probably 3 more zombies, maybe 4.
4, because I'd get a field.
Well, not Once Upon a Time might not get you a field, but if Once Upon a Time does that, then you max get up to 10. I guess you get Fabled Passage. Do you have Fabled Passage? Probably not.
I do have Fabled Passage, but oh wait. Oh yeah, that's 6. That's exactly lethal. I mean, search your library for a land card, put it on the battlefield, tapped. Then it's not lethal.
But what about Once Upon a Time for a Fabled Passage? If you hit that, then you get 6 more. You're up to 9 zombies. You play Kenrith.
We're gonna try.
You give them all haste, right?
Once Upon a Time. 4, 5. Ooh, that's not it's not that, but this might keep me alive. 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe that keeps me alive, depending on what you do. So I can agent here to steal like a Krasis. And then the Krasis can be put on the ground and then the flyer would kill me.
You can use the zombies to deal with Yoko.
That's true. But then I can't block Questing Beast. So that's a problem.
Yes, you would be dead.
Yeah, so I don't think I can do that. So I think I have to go like this. Wait, is there an untap land? There's an untap land. Maybe that does me something. 5. I think I'm just dead here.
This thing just gives all. Oh, it doesn't pump them all. So you go up to 9 2/2s and this.
Yeah.
So only 8 2/2s get through. So you'd be 5 short.
I could take Oko and like ground a Krasis.
Can't you just gain? You don't have another white mana. You have 2 white mana. Can you just gain 5?
I can gain 5.
Oh, that's enough.
And then I can block this. I take too much there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just dead. We're going to take Agent, I guess.
Yeah, even 5 plus gain life land.
It's so close. Because if I had a land, then I had you exactly dead. But no such luck. So
I think you're dead.
I think I'm dead. Yep. Dang.
Okay.
Doesn't get much closer.
A little sloppy at the end on my side.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, if I had one more land, it would have been exactly 24 damage with Kenrith.
So I just have to be a little bit more careful about playing around those big turns with Kenrith.
Yeah, because if you didn't cast Once Upon a Time, I don't think I could win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to go for some defensive measure.
You'd have to find a Wrath, but then I have like a pretty big hand.
Yeah, I needed to find a Realm Cloak Giant or whatever, and Once Upon a Time did give me a chance to do that. And then Agent got me close because I could have taken like Oko, grounded your Hydroid Krasis, chump block that, but then I can't block Questing Beast, so then I still take 8.
These games are so complicated.
Yeah, they really are.
We are going to take a short break here, get some sideboarding set up, and then finish this first match between Simic Food and Bant Golos. Don't go anywhere.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Sideboarding here with Versus Live. We got the big bad wolf, not just the wolf's sleeves, but the big bad wolf of the format, Golos, against Simic Food, definitely heavily aimed towards Golos. What I'm taking out here on the play, I'm going to sideboard a little differently, play versus draw, because Mystic Dispute can counter Oko for 1 mana when I'm on the play. But when I'm on the draw, unless I get one of my natural islands, it's pretty unreliable. So we're going to have Mystic Dispute on the play. Aether Gust is just great, and I think Agent is also very strong against you. So we're going to have these in no matter what. Cards we're going to take out, Beanstalk Giant is about the worst ramp spell. So we're going to take out one of those. Take out 1 Grazer just because drawing 2 of them is pretty bad. Although the Kenrith almost won us the game there, it's actually not that necessary in these Simic ramp decks just because whenever I just have a mass of zombies, I'm going to win. I don't have to do it on that turn most of the time. Me not finding a Wrath kind of led to a pedal to the metal situation where I had to do it.
Yeah.
But most times it just doesn't come up, and I would rather have Agent because if I steal one of your Krasis, that's effectively winning the game on the spot.
Still in Nissa after a Wrath. A lot of good things.
Exactly. And then I'm bringing in 3 spells. So I'm going to take out 1 Once Upon a Time to kind of miss that. Not 100% about this on the play because this card is very good. But what do you got?
Okay. On my side, pretty straightforward. Ashiok is going to be quite good in the matchup, preventing Beanstalk Giant, preventing Circuitous Route,
Golos,
preventing Golos triggers, and then Aether Gust, an obvious addition.
Yep.
Wicked Wolf is the clear cut. We're playing against the big bad wolf, so we don't want the worse wolf than when we're just behind in the wolf mirror.
Yeah. Just a baby wolf.
Yeah. In reality, this is a card that fights really well against a lot of decks that aren't going super big.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of card that's easy to go over the top of.
Yeah.
So this is a matchup where you're going over the top. So it's a card that gets cut.
Yep.
You don't have a lot of early blockers that we really care about. That's what Wicked Wolf is mainly going to be doing.
100%.
And the small card advantage it provides is not really relevant in this matchup.
And I was playing a lot of the Simic food deck early on in the format, and then Golos came out and it kind of pushed the deck out. I basically found the Simic food deck was really good whenever Wicked Wolf was really good. Whenever you had to side it out, it was kind of more your tricky matchups. But with the addition of 4 Disdainful Stroke, we saw it game 1. If I got to resolve Circuitous Route, Golos, and I maybe second Golos or whatever, I was gonna win that game. But the strokes were excellent. So
you would have had 20 zombies instead of 6.
Exactly. So Kenrith would have been by far overkill. So. All right, so Ross won game 1. I'm going to be going first here. Trying to come back here with Brad's Bant Golos deck here. All right.
I don't like that face, Ross.
I don't like my hand.
I don't really like my hand either, but I think you're supposed to... probably not. We're going to mulligan this one.
Yeah, my hand has no acceleration. So it still has 5 lands.
Mine was a 6-lander and a Circuitous Route, so it's probably not great. I like keeping land-heavy hands on the play, because you draw into bombs and stuff. But if I had a Field of the Dead there, I think I would have kept, because then I actually get some pressure on your Planeswalkers. But if I don't draw Field or Golos or something, it's just so bad.
Yeah.
So.
The most important thing to have in your opening hand in your ramp deck is, unsurprisingly, ramp spells.
Shocking.
Yes. You can draw the threats later, but you need the ramp spells on the early turns in order to have your deck function at its highest level.
100%.
So that's what we're both looking for. Neither of us you didn't have Spiral or Grazer.
No.
I didn't have Wicked Wolf or not Paradise Druid or Gilded Goose.
Yeah, that becomes a problem.
With Gilded Goose and Wicked Wolf, that's a lot of alliteration.
It really is. Dan, you got a question while we're getting ready for this?
Yeah, I do. Nice place to start off is with our good friend Hysteus. They ask, would you recommend 4X Disdainful Stroke in a larger field tournament? Is a result of a smaller metagame, having 4 distinct copies of Disdainful Stroke?
I think specifically 4 is a result of this, inbred smaller metagame. That said, these decks are popular enough in an open field that I think main decking some number of copies of Disdainful Stroke is advisable.
Yeah, we saw a lot of decks in the Mythic Championships that had 2 main, 2 side, and I think that's reasonable. I think Ultimate Genesis just had the guts to just pull 4 because it is a risk, you know. But I mean, if it's good in the metagame, sure. If Ken Yukahiro's Mardu Knight decks become super popular, where it's really not that good of a card, I could see going against it. But as of now, I think it's pretty strong. All right, I think I'm gonna keep.
Same.
Okay, so I'm gonna bottom this card here, and we're gonna start with a Once Upon a Time, just because if I hit a Grazer, I would play it. All right, we did not hit a Grazer, but we have options here. We can go with Golos or a Krasis, And I think I would rather do Golos just because, we don't have a ton of mana to make Hydrate Krasis really good as of now. And then we will go to 21. Your turn.
I think you're so cool with
I
lands
do.
that gain life.
I do.
Well, I also have a Once Upon a Time.
Ooh.
Not the only one that can play free spells. I put the second one on the bottom after I mulligan.
Excellent. Smart. That's just good deck building.
And my Once Upon a Time found Gilded Goose.
But no forest. Go.
Okay.
All
and
right.
it's a balanced meal in game 1, so now I think I'll eat an entire pie.
Ooh, smart.
Yes.
Super smart. All right, I'm going to go to 22.
Wow.
How can you overcome this advantage? Your
I
turn.
have no idea. Okay. I will play a forest and pass.
Forest and pass. We're okay with that. Now we're going to go with a Teferi Time Raveler.
That's pretty good.
All right, and we're going to bounce the Gilded Goose.
Let's make a food.
Yeah. All right, your turn.
It's a fruit pie. That's why I got the fruit.
I like it. I like it.
Okay. I will shock to 18.
Okay.
And replay this Gilded Goose.
Okay.
Okay. It's actually a meat pie.
Yeah, I like
was
it.
lying the first time.
I'll untap. Oh, not the draw we wanted there, that's for sure. That's quite bad. All right, we're going to start with a Growth Spiral. Oof. Take up and say go. We missed our lands.
I like oofs.
Not me. Not me.
Okay. Let's scry one.
Okay.
With Corey being behind on lands, I think that's a keep.
Okay.
I'm going to play a Questing Beast.
Okay.
Attack you for 4, deal 4 to Teferi.
18.
You're up.
All right. All right, we hit the land, thankfully. So we're going to get an island. And we're going to shortcut here because we got a circuitous route. We're going to go get a couple more lands. We're going to get some gates. Make sure we can activate Golos if we were to get one to resolve. So we'll go with this and the Boros Guild Gate. Your turn. We really wanted to do that last turn.
Yeah.
That would have been huge.
That might be a big swing in this game.
Oh, yeah, definitely will
Definitely going to scry again.
Okay.
That card seems good. We are going to keep that on top. Attack for 4.
I'll take it.
14, pass the turn.
All right, now I'm afraid of a disdainful stroke that you may or may not have. All right, so I think we want to just go at least for the best card if it gets countered. Krasis for 5.
Well, you're going to gain 2, draw 2, go to 16, and I will definitely disdainful stroke that.
Okay, so I'll draw 2, and then it'll be your turn.
Okay. I will... I had mana to make a food, right? Yeah.
I believe you did,
So
yep.
let's say I made a food on your end.
You got so much food.
2 pies.
How many cards you up to? Like 1,000?
I only have 4 after my draw step.
Not bad, not bad.
But we'll get in for 4 damage.
Okay,
Bring you
12.
12. I will play a Castle Garen Brig and pass the turn.
All right, probably more counter spells in our future here. Now let's see what we want to do here. Probably just this. More than likely going to receive a counter spell as well. We're gonna go with a Golos. All right, and then field trigger and say go.
Okay, make a food.
Okay.
Attack for 4.
I will take it down to 8. What we got now?
I will make
6.
6 green
Okay.
and a blue. Play a 5/5. This might be. Hold on. It's a risky line because I need to draw land, and I only have 2 draw steps to do it in.
Go big or stay home, huh?
I would have been pretty happy to go on this line if it weren't for the Field of the Dead. That's probably... Although you didn't have land... I guess you drew 2 cards off of Krasis.
I did, yep.
Good chance you have lands for the next couple turns.
That is most of my deck, so...
Yeah, I think I kind of have to take the risk. So, but you're... So you're at 8?
I'm at 8.
Yeah, so playing it, I need it to be 4 power in order to present lethal next turn. Doing that requires me tapping 6 lands anyway, so might as well make it use the castle to make it bigger. So we'll play the 5/5 Crisis.
Okay.
R2 gain 2. I'm at 20.
20.
You're up.
Ruh-roh. All right, end step, we're going to go with the Growth Spiral.
Sure.
Draw. Now we can... Yeah, we're just going to put a temple in. We want to try to find something here. Trigger a zombie. Scry. Don't think we need that. Then we're going to untap.
Yep. So we have lethal through a life gain land. We could see a double spell turn. A Teferi here would be the most threatening.
I will cast a Teferi.
Yeah, not much I can do about that.
Yeah, we're going to tick up.
Tick up into a Wrath.
Quite possibly. Now, do we want to play... Do we want to play our land here is the real question. And I think the answer is yes. So we'll play field, get a couple, and then we'll pass it to you. That was a good draw.
Yes.
That was a good draw. Thank God we scried to the bottom.
There is not much I can do other than make you play your...
All right, Realm Cloak Giant here. Send this on an adventure. Do we have our fancy adventure thing? Probably not, huh? Whatever, it's on an adventure. All right, so these are all dead. It's not an elk, but it's adventurified. Thank you, Dan. You are indeed the man.
Oh, second field is also a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Our hand is not very good against what Corey is presenting.
Just counter spells. Yeah, that's the whole problem I see with the Disdainful Stroke package is like these decks still play Teferi. They're not playing it in super high numbers, but they still are playing it. Okay.
Well, let's make one of our foods into an elk. It's an elk pie.
Elk pie.
And you have 3 in hand?
2.
I think I'm going to need to draw Questing Beasts and Hydroid Crisis. Although Questing Beasts gets checked by this 7/7 Vigilance right over there.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
All right, we're going to have a good turn now. All right, so we're going to start with bouncing this food, drawing a card. And then we're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7. We are going to agent this Oko. Seems solid, right? And then we're going to cast Once Upon a Time, do some digging. All right, we have 4 spells and a land, so I think we'll take that. And we're going to play this tapped, get 2 zombies. And we will turn one of these into an elk just so we can block Questing Beast if it were to come down instead of eating our planeswalkers. And we'll pass to you.
Okay.
All right.
I will Aether Gust the Oko.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the bottom of my library.
I wonder if I choose that, though.
No, it's Owner.
Oh, it is Owner? Okay.
Owner puts it on the bottom.
Okay. Well, at least I got a zombie elk out of it.
Play my other Oko.
Okay. Are you elkifying?
Make another elk pie.
Okay.
And play an island and pass the turn.
All right. Well, on top. And we got lots of lands to work with. We're going to tick this up right away. And let's count how much we got here. Ooh, is that perfect? Yep. Okay. So we're going to take 2. We're going to go to 6.
Probably dead.
No, but we're going to have a good turn. We're going to tap all this and Golos, and then we're going to activate. We're going to get a field. I got that right. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay, so first we're going to get the field, get that trigger, 3 Zombones, and then we're going to spin.
It's pretty good.
All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, well, we already played a land, so not good. Yeah, we already did play, so these go away. No, these were all new. Now it's what we want to attack with. Let's kill Oko. So I want to leave this back if at all possible. So I could go like this. You get to kill Agent.
Agent's not doing anything, so.
I mean, I can bounce it. That's kind of nice, right? So I'm going to attack with these. We'll hold back Golos. If we have to block with Golos, it's okay, I
you
guess.
can just lose the Teferi.
Yeah, but I'd take 4. Taking 4
Sure.
is what I don't want to do. Okay, we'll attack all this to Oko.
So I can't protect the Oko. Let's just block a 2/2.
Yep.
Oko down.
Okay, your turn. Might be facing or forcing a game 3 for you there, Ross.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
How many strokes?
I have the one that was going to close the game.
I mean, the one was going to close the game. So if I didn't hit Teferi, I did have Golos plus Realm Cloak Giant. But I mean, I think if you make the discipline play and let me resolve Golos, then I think I was in trouble. But but finding I was just trying to find either Mystical Dispute, Aether Gust when I'm done. So just Mystical Dispute or Teferi, and luckily scryed to the bottom and then drew it.
Yeah, and if you hit a land draw off the turn earlier, like you missed a land draw off to be that far behind.
Yeah, exactly.
So all
yeah,
it did
if I would
was
have been on time,
make up for the poor land draw. If you were on time, then you probably just have enough time to grind through the counter spells that I'm playing.
Yep, I think so. So now that I'm going to be on the draw, I really don't like Mystical Dispute, just because it can't really counter a turn 2 Oko like it can on the play. So we're going to take these out again, and we're going to bring something else in here. I think I kind of like Deputy when I'm on the draw. Being able to just nab a creature. Did we ever decide if you Oko a Deputy, if they get the...
You get the creature back.
You get the creature back. Okay.
It's the difference between the old templating, where it was 2 different triggers, and the new templating, where it's all 1 trigger.
Okay.
Because it's all 1 trigger, if the trigger ever resolves, then you're definitely getting it back.
Sure.
Because it's all wrapped up in that 1 trigger needing to resolve.
Cool.
But for Spell Queller in particular, because of the way Spell Queller works, they had to do it under the old templating, where there's an ETB trigger and a Leaves trigger and a Leaves play trigger. The ETB trigger resolves. You can make it a 3/3 before while it's still on the battlefield. Then it won't have the Leaves play trigger.
Sure.
And so then
it'll be gone forever.
Yeah. So if you have
makes sense. So the reason we're bringing in Deputy here is we saw Hydroid Krasis be a problem before, and that's just the best answer for it. Being able to cleanly deal with Krasis without putting it on top of your library. I mean, Wrath is great as well, but sometimes you don't always have it. You want a couple more answers to Krasis there.
And that one is invulnerable to Disdainful Trope.
Exactly. Yep. So that could be big. And I mean, hitting something like a Questing Beast is pretty risky because you do have, Okos to be able to answer that, but I still think it's okay. We got a question while we're shuffling up for game 3 at all?
We absolutely do.
All right.
From Ryan Possible. So no one...
I wonder who that is.
I like it.
So no one registered Eternal Skylord for the Mythic Championships. On a weird occasion where Field of the Dead survives, it might. Who are we kidding? We don't really know.
Yeah.
If the Golos deck as it is right now survives the banner restricted announcement, would Eternal Skylord be a good card to add in to break up that mirror?
What's Eternal Skylord
It
again?
gives all your zombie tokens flying.
And also masses too.
Yeah, mass.
It's the zombie tokens get flying part.
Yeah, it's 5 mana 3/3, a mass 2, and an ETBs, and then all your zombie tokens.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's a limited bomb.
It was a very good card and limited.
I mean, I also saw the 5 mana white enchantment that all your tokens come in as angels instead. Divine visitation.
Yeah.
I kind of think that's a better kind of tech to fly them over. But, in my opinion, I just think Kenrith is really that one up where in the mirror, if you want to win, you just play a second Kenrith. I just think it's a stronger card, and then you don't have to play a 5 mana 3/3 that doesn't have the most text. Like Kenrith, you can do something insane. Like if you have 11 mana, you go Kenrith, return Golos, get the triggers, give it haste, and you have 11 mana quite often. So I just think Kenrith is the better trump card, but I could see that having a home. Yeah. What do you think?
When you talk about Kenrith as a trump card, it's not really a trump card if everyone has it, right? So
Yeah.
if you're looking to continue to gain an edge, you've got to do something different.
True.
Is Skylord that thing? I really don't know, but it seems reasonable.
It does seem
then when you
reasonable.
Kenrith them, all your things are flying.
Yeah.
But it is taking a slot in your deck. Like and maybe you end up just saying like,
I mean, it is 2 blockers for 5 mana, which is still not bad. It's 5 power for 5 mana, right? Like it's a 3/3 and makes it 2/2.
I'm pretty sure
Right?
it's 3/3. Yeah.
3/3.
Yeah. I mean, that card was busted and limited.
It was for
Okay, good question.
This is not a great hand, and it really depends on how powerful I think this card is against Corey. There are certain draws of his that it will basically shut down. But this is a very slow hand.
Mine's not great either, though. That's for sure.
And honestly, like I just don't think you can keep a hand like this. If one of these 4 lands or this Aether Gust was a mana creature, I'm all in for this hand. But without one, just being so slow, like this card is only going to shut Corey down for so long. It's another like it's not like a Stony Silence gets Affinity.
Yeah.
Where their deck just
Which
stops
card?
doing something. Ashiok.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's not like eventually he's just going to make land drops and cast Crises and maybe
Yep.
as Deputy. So because it's a card that is only going to buy me time, having it in a slow hand is not as valuable.
And from our side here, it's not great. It's definitely not a great hand, but I think we're going to keep with the power of Once Upon a Time trying to find and fix our mana. We have some late game, kind of do our thing. I think it's a keep. It's a close keep, though.
Okay. Well, at least I like that.
Yeah.
Whenever anybody says close keep, what they mean is loose keep.
Oh, yeah. Super loose goose keep. Yeah.
While you're shuffling up.
Yeah.
Another question from Pedrono Valley. What do you guys think about Selesnya Adventure moving forward? Only 3 people register it for this weekend.
Yeah. So I think I can take this one. I think Selesnya Adventures is just not as good as Green-Black Adventures. Like the speed that you're getting from Selesnya Adventures, you are a little faster. Locks it on is a heck of a card. But the just versatility that Green-Black Adventures has, and just Murderous Rider as a card, just to be able to kind of deal with anything. And then just the power of Death Touch and Trample with Vivian and Foulmire Knight and Questing Beast. I think it's just a more powerful deck personally. And Green-White Adventures is a lot more susceptible to Wraths, which there's Wraths everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. Certainly a more powerful deck on the Golgari side. And obviously the vulnerability to Wraths is a problem. And the key there is that in that dynamic, the Selesnya Adventures deck is going to be better when people aren't as prepared for Adventures as a whole.
Yeah.
It has the more powerful
speed as a whole.
Yeah, speed. It has the more powerful engine.
Yeah.
So if people aren't prepared to kill your Edgewall Innkeepers and, generally are not prepared to, are more concerned with the, arms race of mid-range mirrors than they are with dealing with aggression, then you're going to want to go to Selesnya.
Yeah.
But these decks have been around for a couple of weeks. Everybody knows they exist, and the metagame is largely adapted to them. They're not huge targets, but they are decks that people keep in mind.
Yeah.
Everybody's sideboard plan has a plan for these decks. And once that happens, you really want the additional power, resilience, and versatility that the Golgari deck provides.
Agreed. Yeah, well said. All right, how's that one look?
It's basically worse. It's the same kind of hand that I had before, but worse, though. Like, this card is pretty powerful, and maybe I need to keep it on 6 because of that. So I think this one is a keep on 6.
All right,
Obviously,
let's try
get rid of the expensive redundant card and just go Forest Go.
All right, we love no ramp. Okay, so we're going to start with a Once Upon a Time. Try to find and fix our mana base a little bit. All right, so we hit a blue source that we really need. There's also Golos and a Field of the Dead, so we kind of have it all. But I think the blue source right now is just too important to our general strategy. So we're going to play this and put it into play tapped. Your turn.
Right on time, Gilded Goose. Right on time. Got ourselves a Vood.
Alrighty. Done?
Yep.
Okay, so now we're going to just play a forest and pass to you. Our hand is developing pretty nicely, I have to say.
I will cast an Oko.
Oh, go! Okay.
Make a food.
All right.
Pass the turn.
All right, end step growth spiral.
Yep.
Draw. Put this into play. Untap. Draw.
We're a turn behind here because the goose didn't have the goose in the opener, and that's going to, punish us against a spiral draw.
Yeah, the goose wasn't exactly loose.
Oh, it was definitely loose. It's not a tight goose.
Yeah, sure. All right, we're gonna sacrifice this, and we're gonna shortcut. We're gonna cast the cutest route.
Yep.
All right, so
yeah. Now I was on the play this game, but I stumbled once, and Corey has not stumbled. So
yeah, and I mean, I didn't have the growth spiral or the blue source, so my draws were pretty fortunate.
Yep. We're just finding some gates.
Just some gates, and it'll be up to you. So black for Golos, and then we need. Doesn't truly matter. I guess this will be fine.
So I am going to make another food.
Okay.
And play a Paradise Druid.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. Not attacking leads me to believe that there is a disdainful stroke in our future. All right. With that being the case, think I still just want a Krasis here. Krasis seems like a pretty solid play, but maybe not. Let's see. We got options. So we can either do that, or if we take a peek at my hand, I can cast these two. Also a strong play, and then just kind of go nuts next turn. Kind of like that. Kind of don't. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, we are going to... All right, we're just going to go with the Krasis for 4. That was a tough one.
So you draw 2.
Yep.
22.
22.
And I believe I have to stroke this.
Okay. And then we will go with a Field of the Dead, trigger, and pass it to you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Nissa.
That's scary.
It's a good card.
That is a good card.
Let's make one of these bigger, and make a food.
Okay.
And attack for 3.
Okay, attacking for 3. I will go to 19.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Now we're gonna hope we can deal with Nissa, but obviously no guarantee here. We're gonna start with the Teferi.
Resolves.
Okay, and we're gonna bounce your forest.
Float 2 green.
Okay. I will move to combat.
Make a food.
Okay. We'll attack Nissa. All right. Now we want to... I think we're just going to go field. Get 2 triggers. And then circuitous route to get a bunch of triggers. Get 4. And let's see what kind of gates we got left in our deck. Simic, Celestia, and then that's going to do it for us.
Yeah.
The zombies have come to play.
Second field was a little bit too much.
Yep, that was pretty good. But our hand is not good leading into the next turn, but still, this is a pretty good board state to kind of shut down Anissa a little bit.
Let's replay this forest.
Okay.
Now it's time to start making some elks. We were like just a little bit too tight on mana every turn to not make an elk previously to this.
Exactly. To hold up Disdainful Stroke, it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Okay. No Krasis is great news.
Yeah, no Krasis for me, unfortunately. Cannot kill this Teferi no matter what we do, so I don't think there's any point in trying. And right now we have 4 blockers, so our Nissa is going to die. If Corey wants it to.
If I want it to. Which, believe it or not, I might.
How Pass the turn.
Okay. Well, untap. And yeah, I mean, Ross said it right. I want to make sure I can control Nissa because it just leads to, if you draw Krasis, to some disgusting things. So we're going to start our hand with a Growth Spiral. Draw. Okay, that was pretty decent. Now we're going to go with a Castle as our first land drop.
Well, your land off of Spiral.
What's up?
You do. Spiral just says put a land onto the battlefield. It's not like Explorer that gives you an additional land.
Yeah, exactly. So, so that's the one land drop. Now we're gonna go with. Okay, so then we're gonna go with Thornwood Falls. Gain 1.
So you go back to 20.
Yep. 20 to 20, right?
Yep.
Not gonna be attacking planes or players for a while. I'm gonna tick that up. Okay. Now, we can attack with these 4, so we want to make sure we kill Nissa here. 4 blockers, so we need to send just all of them, I guess. All right. Everything at Nissa.
So, because Nissa's going to die regardless, I'll just eat 2 zombies with the 2 3/3s.
Okay. Whoa, zombies do the eating, bro. All right, and then your turn.
A little late on that one. That would have been a nice draw last turn.
Krasis?
No, once upon a time.
Oh, yep.
But we will cast it now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll take the only relevant card in the stack.
That's fair. That's fair. QB?
The old QB.
QB is pretty good right now.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's not going to be good, but we will try.
Okay.
So let's play it and attack you.
I will, in response, play Circuitous Route.
That's not going to do anything.
Yep. I'm aware. Just got to hope we have enough lands here. Didn't do the math beforehand. Oh no, do we only have 1? There's got to be a plains. We don't have a plains in this deck?
Oh, you're playing Growth Spiral.
Yeah, we do play a plains, but...
Where'd it go?
Right? On our deck list, don't we have a plains?
It's your team's deck. You should know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Somebody tell us if there's a plains.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a plains.
All right.
You just playing a 59 card deck on me, Corey?
Sounds like it. Sounds like
On the
it.
side, Brad?
It's not in the side, Brad.
Oh no.
We just didn't have it in the deck.
Looking around the floor.
Do we see one dropped? Well, I can't search for what's not in my deck, I guess, huh?
How many lands you got there?
Oh, it's in my hand. Classic. This is dead. Thanks. I'll be here all week, everybody.
Unhinged full art. How do you?
Who checks the hand, man? Who checks the hand?
It's in his hand.
All right, I'll take it.
It's in his hand.
Oh my god.
Whoops. Chat, F for me. F for me.
All the
It was in his hand.
I'll go to 16. Whoops.
So
That was classic.
let's plus this Oko and turn another one of these foods
Okay.
into an Elkerson.
Elkerson.
So we got 3 blockers this turn, or 4 blockers again, and so you can kill Oko. If you want to. You're up.
All right, Scry end step.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's interesting. Is it good, though? Not really. It's definitely interesting. Okay, it's probably good enough. All right, we'll untap. And you got... Okay, 1 mana. All right, we're going to attack enough to kill Oko. So we need
10 attackers.
10 attackers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then...
That is 9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 10 there. Whatever. All at Oko.
Okay. I'll eat 3 of them with the 3 bigger creatures.
Okay.
They'll go down.
Then I will cast a Wrath.
It's pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. White. Okay, so there's that 5. And I mean, our board was like okay good, but being able to strip land from you is pretty strong right now.
It just leaves you basically nothing.
And then I'll play a plains. 2 zombies. Your turn.
You know, anytime you're ahead on resources, it's generally best to trade off until your opponent gets down to nothing relevant.
Yeah.
You know, like something against nothing is always a better lead than more something against something.
Wow, can we clip that? Can we clip those wise words from Ross Merriam here? Something is in fact better than nothing.
Well, no, it wasn't it. It's a deeper analogy than that, Corey. I drew a Crisis a little bit late.
Right on time, right?
I can only make it a 2/2, so it doesn't even block a zombie.
All right, you go to 21.
I go to 21 and draw a card. Play this Breeding Pool tapped.
All right, I'll scry 2. Those cards are bad. Upkeep, I'm going to scry again.
Smart, has plenty of mana.
Yep.
Probably want to tap this Field of the Deads to activate it.
Probably. That would have been smarter. Those cards were also bad. And those draws were not good.
I'll take 4 to 17.
But even when I draw bad, it's still a land, so that's not bad. 2 zombies.
It's hard to draw too bad.
Yeah.
Double field.
Hard to draw 2, Brad? This is Brad's deck, so.
So we got 17, 16?
Yep.
Mash for 2.
All right. I'm at 14.
You're up.
Okay, so upkeep, we are going to scry with the correct mana. Blue, castle. That's a good one.
Golos?
No, not quite that good, but all right, we'll attack here.
I take 8, go to 9.
Okay, put you to 9. And I mean, this has got to be a counter spell, but you know what? We'll run it. Agent.
Resolves.
All right, we'll take this.
I'll put it on top of my deck.
Okay.
Stack.
Spicy. And then
does that even do anything if you have Fabled Passage? Or no?
No.
So if you have a land, which I can assume this is going to be 12.
You're going to gain 2.
I'm going to go to 11, block this, and I'm going to take 12. So that's not even good enough to beat a land. So I'll put it on bottom.
Okay, so I'll gain 3. I'll go to 17, get 2 Zombones.
I don't think there's a card in my deck that gets me out of it.
I don't think so either. But yeah, you might as well play till you're out. At least you get to eat some life. QB probably doesn't do it. 6, 8, 10, 12.
Yeah, but if the other Crisis do it, this one doesn't.
Yeah, the smaller Crisis.
Yeah.
Well, we got it really flooded, but believe it or not, Chad, flood is still pretty good in Golos.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't flood.
Yeah. Not bad.
Actually, I think a really interesting match there.
It was interesting, yeah.
You saw the power of Disdainful Stroke in game 1.
Yeah.
I was able to just keep you off your relevant threats for long enough to end the game with my own Crises because I got ahead with ramp. I turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Paradise Druid, and that was really important.
It was.
I mulliganed pretty aggressively trying to find that acceleration in games 2 and 3. In game 2, you stumbled, and it looked like the same thing might happen. I had 3 Disdainful Strokes, but then that Teferi draw on the last turn turns the game around. And you saw as soon as that Teferi comes down, the game turned around immediately.
Yeah.
Because the Disdainful Stroke was sort of holding together a house of cards, and the entire thing crumbled. In game 3, I really wasn't able to accelerate that much, and you did. And that stumble put me behind, and so even though I drew a couple counter spells, I had an Aether Gust and a Disdainful Stroke, I was never able to use them effectively.
Yeah.
I had to play my Paradise Druid on turn 2, you're able to resolve your Circuitous route on your turn. Or play my Paradise Druid on turn 3 instead of turn 2. So then your turn 3 route doesn't get Aether Gusted.
Yeah.
Now my Disdainful Stroke has to counter a Hydroid Crisis instead of something more relevant, and your Crisis still draws a bunch of cards. That's a good trade for you.
It is, yeah.
I'm never able to generate a lot of pressure. And then, your zombies take over.
And one thing that even scares me more about this is Brad and BBD chose to only play 2 Teferi. At some point, Teferi was a 4 of stock number in these Golos lists. And if teams bring that amount of Teferi, these 4 Disdainful Strokes aren't that reliable because if you don't have Questing Beast, you can't really pressure Teferi reliably. Late game, at least. Early game, you can Oko, hit an Elk. You had a turn where I could have played Teferi, where I was really considering, but you could have made an Elk and had Paradise Druid to attack it. It would have been a one-time kind of prevent counterspell thing. But what I chose to do is set up a couple of zombies, and then the next turn I put Teferi out, and outside of Questing Beast, it was going to be safe. So if you can play it in such a way where you can protect Teferi and control questing beasts even a little bit, it does seem like it's not that great of a plan to just have Disdainful Strokes to answer Golos, because there's inevitability from the land, and there's the fact that you can counter Krasis, but it doesn't counter the value.
Yeah, honestly, I think what you need is pressure.
Yeah,
like that's going to
be... the deck does have pressure too, but
really, like Oko can do it, and Questing Beast can do it. The Aether Gust to me were not impressive.
Yeah,
they're basically only good at removing a late game Hydroid Krasis if I'm pushing through the last points of damage.
Yeah,
or stalling your ramp spells.
Yeah, realistically, I don't think you should have brought in Aether Gust. I know I agreed on our sideboarding break, but I don't think Aether Gust should come in against Golos.
So maybe the Wicked Wolves just stay in, or most of them. Like, you don't have much of a sideboard outside of that.
Yeah. I mean, Wicked Wolf is a must take out. I mean, you could just bring in one more of these as a counter spell and call it good. It's not great,
but to counter like Growth Spiral early.
Well, I mean, it's still just a 3-mana leak as well. Okay. So I mean, it's okay, and it does counter a Teferi for 1 mana.
Yeah.
So maybe we should have did that over Aether Gust. But
maybe these would have been better.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close.
But you see, this matchup to me played out very close. You won game 1 game 3 pretty handily. I won game 1 pretty handily.
Game 2 was close.
Game 2 was very close.
And I stumbled.
But like the stumble and a good top deck at the end, that's sort of like, that just balances out.
Yeah.
So that game was close. Could have gone either way. And so we're playing 4-mana deck Disdainful Stroke to try to solidify this matchup, and it gets it to where it's close.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're sacrificing in other matchups for sure. I mean, I would assume that the Simic Food deck is much better against aggressive decks than this. But if you have a Disdainful Stroke heavy draw, you're going to lose percentages in those matchups.
Yep.
So is it worth it to, have essentially an even matchup as though you were playing a mirror?
Yeah.
Which is what, small sample size, but that's what it appears like. And then, maybe are you still better against the rest of the format, rest of the metagame with your Simic Food deck if you have 4-mana deck Disdainful Stroke that isn't that good in those other matchups?
It's something worth debating about, and it's even something that we brought up on our podcast when we were talking about like why they chose to play this. And it was the thing, like, okay, everybody says, okay, I have a good Golos matchup. They skewed their deck to make it a good Golos matchup, and it's like close. Maybe they're 55% favored against Golos, but if they're going down to 40% in another matchup, is that exchange worth it? And what Brad and BBD came to, and of course, that is going to be the conclusion we came to because they are on the podcast. So they came to the conclusion that no, it's not worth it. They would rather just play Golos that has some matchups where you just dominate. Some matchups Golos just absolutely crushes, and every other matchup it's close just because of the raw power level that Golos have and the sheer inevitability from Field of the Dead and Hydroid Krasis.
Yeah.
So
and that inevitability really does punish stumbling from the opponent. If
it does.
Stumbles. Yeah. We think of punishing stumbling as something aggressive decks do because they just end the game quickly.
Yeah.
But if you have extreme inevitability and your opponent stumbles, then they're just not going to be able to close the game against you.
Yep.
And so the game will go long and you're going to win because your deck's so powerful in the late game.
Makes sense to me. Well, I think we learned a lot in match 1 here. We are going to take a short 5-minute break, and then we're going to be back with what my favorite deck, sorry, Brad, but my pick as deck to win the tournament is Green Black Adventures, Canister, Luis Salvato, Mateus Leveradas. The Argentinians team really loved the list. They all played it. I think it's the best deck in the tournament. What do you got for round 2?
This is my favorite deck in the tournament. Not necessarily my pick for the best,
sure,
but this is Rakdos Sacrifice, a lone entry. But I just can't get enough of Witch's Oven.
You just love food, don't you?
I do love food. I don't think anybody who knows me will deny that fact.
Okay.
Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven, I think it's really fun. I think that the format is also pretty bad at breaking up synergies. Not a lot of just like cheap spot removal, and this deck's synergies are quite powerful, so it could be a dark horse candidate as well.
All right, it's going to be a sweet match. We'll take 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere.